From the dawn of time, humans have fought for resources, land, and power. Our weapons have evolved, telling a story of innovation and destruction. Understanding weapon evolution helps us understand warfare. Weapons reflect the technology and values of their time. The earliest weapons were simple clubs, sharpened sticks, and stones. Over thousands of years, human ingenuity transformed these crude weapons into today's complex arsenals. For much of early history, handheld weapons dominated warfare, with the sword holding special significance. More than just a weapon, the sword became a symbol of power, status, and spirituality. Early swords, forged from bronze, were valuable possessions. As metalworking advanced, iron and then steel became the materials of choice. Each culture developed its own unique sword designs. The Roman gladius, a short stabbing sword, speaks to their disciplined legions and close formations. The Japanese katana, with its curved blade, reflects the samurai's emphasis on speed and cutting power. The development of effective swords and shields led to new forms of warfare. Organized armies, trained in swordsmanship, clashed on battlefields. Armor, designed to protect against these blades, also evolved, shaping the look and feel of warfare for centuries. Swords were often beautifully crafted, with intricate details and decorations. These weapons, deadly in the right hands, were also works of art, reflecting the skills and artistry of their makers. The invention of gunpowder, a discovery from China, revolutionized warfare. This single innovation changed the face of battle forever. No longer were strength and skill the only deciding factors. Raw firepower entered the equation. The first firearms were simple, handheld weapons, clumsy and unreliable but hinting at the future. With a deafening roar and a cloud of smoke, they could unleash a projectile with deadly force. This technology spread rapidly, transforming armies and toppling empires. Cannons, larger and more powerful, emerged as siege weapons, making short work of once impregnable castles. The age of knights in shining armor was truly coming to an end. Walls that had stood for centuries crumbled before the might of gunpowder. The introduction of firearms didn't make swords obsolete overnight. For centuries, the two coexisted. The world had entered a new age of warfare, one where gunpowder held the key to victory. The battlefield would never be the same. The Industrial Revolution, beginning in the 18th century, was about more than factories and steam engines. It was a revolution in warfare as well. Mass production techniques perfected for consumer goods were soon applied to weapons. Armies no longer relied on skilled artisans to handcraft individual weapons. Now, factories churned out rifles, pistols, and cannons with standardized parts, making them easier to produce and maintain. This shift to mass production had profound consequences. Armies grew larger, equipped with increasingly sophisticated weaponry. The American Civil War showcased the deadly potential of industrial warfare. Repeating rifles allowed soldiers to fire multiple rounds without reloading, increasing firepower dramatically. Artillery pieces became more accurate and deadly, and ironclad warships ushered in a new era of naval warfare. The Industrial Revolution transformed warfare from a clash of armies into a clash of nations. The 20th century witnessed two world wars, conflicts of unprecedented scale and brutality. These wars were driven by the relentless pace of technological innovation, much of it focused on creating new and more terrible weapons. World War I saw the introduction of chemical weapons such as chlorine and mustard gas. The machine gun reached new levels of efficiency, mowing down soldiers by the thousands. Tanks, slow and cumbersome at first, evolved into powerful weapons, breaking the stalemate of trench warfare. World War II took these horrors even further. The conflict saw the rise of the submarine as a major weapon, capable of sinking merchant ships and disrupting supply lines. Airplanes became potent weapons, with bombers raining destruction down on cities. The most terrifying development was the atomic bomb, used against Hiroshima and Nagasaki, unleashing unimaginable destructive power. The atomic bombings marked a turning point in human history, ushering in the nuclear age. The battlefield would never be the same. The dropping of the atomic bombs on Japan cast a long shadow over the world. Humanity, for the first time, possessed the ability to destroy itself. The Cold War, a tense standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union, was defined by this terrifying new reality. Both superpowers raced to build larger and more powerful nuclear arsenals. Intercontinental ballistic missiles became the ultimate deterrent. The doctrine of mutually assured destruction emerged, ensuring the destruction of both attacker and defender. The nuclear age sparked fear and anxiety worldwide. People lived with the knowledge that a single miscalculation could lead to global catastrophe. Protest movements arose, demanding an end to the nuclear arms race. The Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962 brought the world to the brink of nuclear war. While the Cold War eventually ended, the threat of nuclear war remains. The latter part of the 20th century and the early 21st century have witnessed a new revolution in warfare: the rise of smart weapons. Guided missiles, laser-guided bombs, and drones offer unprecedented accuracy and lethality. These weapons are designed to minimize collateral damage, hitting specific targets with pinpoint precision. The first Gulf War showcased the effectiveness of these weapons. Drones, unmanned aerial vehicles, have become a defining feature of modern warfare. Equipped with cameras, sensors, and weapon systems, drones can conduct surveillance, gather intelligence, and carry out airstrikes. Their use has raised ethical and legal questions about remote warfare. The development of cyber warfare adds another layer of complexity. Conflicts now extend into cyberspace, with hackers disrupting infrastructure and stealing information. The lines between peace and war are increasingly blurred. The evolution of weapons is a testament to human ingenuity, but also a sobering reminder of our capacity for destruction. From crude tools to sophisticated arsenals, the future of warfare will be shaped by emerging technologies. Cyberspace integration complicates the picture. Whether these advances lead to peace or more conflict remains to be seen. Diplomacy and cooperation in mostly every case will always be better than the root of war. Thanks for watching, like, and subscribe.